You sit down, eat a normal meal, nothing crazy, nothing excessive, and within 20 minutes, your stomach looks like you swallowed a basketball. It's tight, it's uncomfortable, you can't focus, you feel sluggish. And the worst part? It happens almost every single day. If that's you, don't go anywhere, because in the next 10 minutes, everything changes. Welcome to Health Morph, the channel dedicated to giving you clear, honest, science-backed health information that you can actually use in your everyday life. I'm really glad you're here today because we're diving into one of the most common complaints I hear from people across all age groups: bloating. Here's what I want you to know. Bloating is not something you just have to live with. Today, I'm walking you through 6 science-backed home remedies that don't just temporarily quiet your symptoms. They go after the actual root causes of why your stomach is reacting this way in the first place. What is bloating really? Before we get to the remedies, I want to take 2 minutes to explain what's actually happening inside your body when you bloat, because understanding this will make everything else make so much more sense. Number 1, slow digestion. When your digestive system isn't firing on all cylinders, food lingers in your stomach longer than it should. As it sits there, bacteria in your gut begin fermenting that undigested food, and that fermentation produces gas. Number 2, trapped gas. Your digestive tract produces gas naturally as a byproduct of breaking down food, but when the muscles of your intestines aren't moving properly, that gas gets stuck. It builds pressure, and that pressure is what creates that tight, painful, inflated feeling. Number 3, acid irritation. When stomach acid is overproduced or improperly regulated, it irritates the lining of your stomach and esophagus. This doesn't just cause heartburn, it causes inflammation that contributes directly to that heavy, bloated sensation. Number 4, intestinal inflammation. Your gut lining can become inflamed due to food sensitivities, stress, poor diet, or bacterial imbalances. An inflamed gut is an inefficient gut, and an inefficient gut bloats. And that's exactly why most quick fixes don't work. They target one issue while ignoring the other 4. But the remedies we're about to cover, they address this comprehensively. Let's go. Remedy number 1, carom seed and fennel water. Carom seeds contain an active compound called thymol. Thymol stimulates the secretion of gastric juices and digestive enzymes, which means your body starts breaking down food faster and more efficiently. Less undigested food sitting around means less fermentation, which means less gas. Fennel seeds work differently, but just as powerfully. They're rich in a phytonutrient called anethol, which has natural antispasmodic effects. That means it physically relaxes the smooth muscle tissue lining your gastrointestinal tract, allowing trapped gas to move through and escape instead of building up painfully. Together, these 2 ingredients create a 1-2 punch. Carom seeds speed up digestion so gas doesn't build up, while fennel relaxes your gut so the gas that is there can move out freely. Here's exactly how to make it. Take half a teaspoon of carom seeds and 1 teaspoon of fennel seeds. Add them to 1 cup of water, bring it to a boil, and let it simmer for 5 full minutes. Strain out the seeds, let it cool to a comfortable, drinkable warmth, not piping hot, and sip it slowly after meals, just like you'd sip a cup of tea. Do this twice a day, after lunch and after dinner, and give it at least a week. Many people notice a difference within the first 24 to 48 hours, but the real magic happens over 2 to 3 weeks of consistent use, when your digestive system starts to recalibrate and function more smoothly overall. Remedy number 2, Asafoetida water. You may know Asafoetida by its culinary name, Hing, a pungent spice used in Indian and Middle Eastern cooking, and it has a very specific superpower when it comes to bloating. Asafoetida contains compounds with powerful anti-flatulent and antispasmodic properties. Studies have shown it works by inhibiting the growth of gas-producing bacteria while simultaneously relaxing the intestinal muscles that are squeezing and cramping around that trapped gas. How to use it? Take 1 cup of warm water, not boiling, just comfortably warm, and add a small pinch of Asafoetida powder. And I mean a pinch, a little goes a long way with this one. If you don't have high blood pressure issues, add a small pinch of black salt as well. Black salt contains sulfur compounds that further aid digestion and help break up gas pockets. Stir it well and drink it after lunch. Now, an important note here. Asafoetida water is not meant to be a daily long-term remedy. It's powerful, but it's best used as a short-term intervention for 5 to 7 consecutive days during a flare-up or as an on-demand remedy when you're experiencing a severe bloating episode. Think of it as your emergency relief tool. Once things settle down, you can rotate back to the gentler daily remedies. Remedy number 3, cumin water. Cumin is one of those ingredients that's been sitting in your spice cabinet this whole time, quietly being one of the most powerful digestive aids on the planet. Here's what makes cumin so effective. It actively stimulates the secretion of bile from the liver and gallbladder. Bile is your body's natural fat-digesting fluid, and when it's produced in adequate amounts, fats and proteins break down efficiently rather than sitting in your stomach and fermenting. How to prepare cumin water. Add 1 teaspoon of whole cumin seeds to 2 cups of water. Bring it to a boil and let it simmer on low for 5 to 7 minutes. This extracts the active compounds fully. Strain the seeds out and let it cool to a warm, drinkable temperature. Drink it warm, not cold. The best time to take it is first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. This primes your digestive system before your first meal of the day. Alternatively, you can take it right after lunch or dinner if mornings don't work for you. Remedy number 4, ginger water. Let's talk about a specific kind of bloating, the kind that doesn't come alone, the kind that brings along nausea, a heavy queasy feeling, and that sensation where you feel both stuffed and sick at the same time. If that sounds familiar, ginger water is your remedy. Harvard Health has highlighted ginger as one of the most well-researched natural aids for digestive motility, which simply means the speed at which food moves through your digestive system. Ginger accelerates gastric emptying, which is the medical term for how fast your stomach passes food into your small intestine. When food moves through faster, it has less time to ferment, less time to produce gas, and less time to cause inflammation. Here's how to make it. Take approximately 1 inch of fresh ginger root. Always use fresh, not powdered for this remedy. Peel it lightly and then crush it slightly with the flat of a knife or a spoon. This releases the active oils. Drop it into 1 cup of water and bring it to a boil. Let it simmer for 5 full minutes. Strain and drink warm twice a day, once after lunch and once after dinner. Remedy number 5, post-meal walk and diaphragmatic breathing. Remedy number 5, and I need you to really pay attention here because this one sounds almost insultingly simple. You might be tempted to skip it. Please don't. This might actually be the single most impactful thing on this entire list because it's the only one that addresses 2 root causes at the same time: trapped gas and tight abdominal muscles. Here's the problem that most people create without realizing it. You eat a meal and then you immediately go sit on the couch, lie in bed, or plant yourself in a chair without moving. When you do that, your digestive system has to work without any help. Gas builds up with nowhere to go, muscles tighten, pressure increases, and you end up miserable an hour later. The fix is a post-meal walk, just 8 to 10 minutes at a slow, relaxed pace. You don't need to speed walk, you don't need to hit the gym. A slow, casual stroll around the block or even just around your house is enough. Here's how. Place 1 hand on your chest and 1 hand on your belly. Inhale slowly and deeply through your nose for 4 counts. As you inhale, your belly should rise, not your chest. Hold gently for 2 counts. Exhale slowly through your mouth for 6 counts. Let your belly fall naturally. Repeat for 2 minutes. Do the walk, do the breathing, do both. You will feel the difference, probably the very first time you try it. Remedy number 6, warm compress. And finally, remedy number 6, the one I saved for last because it is so elegantly simple and yet so powerfully effective in the moment when you need it most. A warm compress on your abdomen. This is your remedy. Here's the science behind why heat works so well. When you apply warmth to your abdomen, it triggers a physiological response in the smooth muscle tissue lining your intestines. Those muscles, which may have been tensed up and cramped around trapped gas, begin to relax. Blood flow to the area increases, and most importantly, it stimulates peristaltic movement, encouraging your intestines to start actively moving that trapped gas through and out. How to use. Fill a hot water bottle with warm water. Aim for comfortable warmth, like a cozy heating pad. Not too hot it burns, not so mild it does nothing. Place it directly on your abdomen, either lying down or sitting comfortably reclined. Leave it in place for 10 to 12 minutes. Breathe slowly and let your body relax into the heat. Most people report feeling the tightness begin to ease within 5 to 7 minutes. Gas starts to move, the hardness softens, the pain eases. Lifestyle habits that make or break your gut. Before I wrap up, I want to give you a quick bonus. Here are 3 simple lifestyle shifts that dramatically reduce bloating over time. 1. Slow down when you eat. Eating too fast means you're swallowing air with every bite, and not air has to go somewhere. Chew thoroughly, put your fork down between bites, give your body time to signal fullness before you overeat. 2. Watch your trigger foods. Common culprits include carbonated drinks, beans and lentils eaten without proper preparation, cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and cauliflower eaten raw, processed foods high in sodium, and artificial sweeteners like sorbitol. You don't have to eliminate them, but being mindful of your portions and preparation methods makes a big difference. 3. Stay hydrated, but not during meals. Drinking large amounts of water right before or during a meal dilutes stomach acid, which slows digestion and increases fermentation. Sip water throughout the day, but try to keep big drinks to 30 minutes before or after eating. Small shifts, big impact. Start with the 1 or 2 that match your specific symptoms. Be consistent. Give it 10 to 15 days. I genuinely think you'll be surprised by how much better you feel. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button right now. It costs you nothing and it helps this video reach more people who are dealing with the same thing. And if you want to be the first to know every time we drop a new video on gut health, inflammation, natural remedies, and living a healthier life, subscribe to Health Morph and hit the notification bell. Take care of yourself, stay curious, and we'll see you in the next one.